All right, Anthony and I are podcast. Welcome in for another episode. Lots to discuss on this show, including, obviously, the slap heard around the world. We have the history of the slap, though.
There's history?
There's history. Lots of history behind the slap, what led to it, the history between Chris Rock and Will Smith. This is what people aren't talking about, so we thought we would talk about it. We'll give you the history leading up to the big slap heard around the world. Um, Will Smith's acceptance speech, we've got to talk about that. His subsequent apology, which actually just came out a few moments ago. And another little bit from the Oscars, the In Memoriam, absolutely disgraceful for leaving out two people off the top of my head that I could think of. One really, really big one. We'll share with you who got left out there. Finally, Taylor Hawkins' last voicemail is quite scary. We lost the great Taylor Hawkins over the weekend. There's a lot behind this, so we'll go through the full recap of the Foo Fighters drummer who died suddenly at the age of 50 down in South America. Biden versus Ducey. Disney apologizing yet again for the Don't Say Gay bill. And of course, we've got your fan feedback and so much more. Not a ton of topics on the show tonight, Frankie C. But that slap topic is going to take a while to get
they're
through.
jam-packed, baby.
There's a lot of substance in them tonight, so let's get it going. History of the slap. Did you watch the Oscars last night?
No.
Okay. I didn't until I started seeing all the buzz on social media. And then I was like, what is this? And then I saw the first clip of the hit and was
blown away.
Immediately blown away. Totally captivated to just check this out and see what's what. Like I couldn't, it was
unbelievable. My wife was asleep. I had to wake her up. I was like, you got to see this. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this.
One of the crazier things
ever. I think everybody who saw it, there was a good 5 minutes where everybody was just like, just stunned silence.
Is this
yeah. Was it real? It had to be. I mean, I knew it was real immediately because of the way it from Chris Rock's reaction to the silence afterwards, the way he looked off stage, plus Will Smith screaming at the top of his lungs afterwards.
So let's
that didn't come out till later, but
right, exactly. That didn't come down till later. So what happened live on TV was Chris Rock made a joke. Will Smith got up, slapped him, went back to his seat, screamed at him. We didn't hear most of it after the slap because they took the audio off.
They bleeped it out because Will Smith was cursing.
Which they did not do in like Australia and Japan and a whole bunch of other places. Why is that?
Different, what's it called, laws over there?
Cultures, or did they just not even care? Are we so like pent up here in the States?
We're probably a little uptight.
The screaming was a bit much, though. We should at least play that.
The slap was a bit much too. I mean, both things were equally insane.
Yeah, I don't think we need to play the slap. I mean, I feel like everybody has seen it at this point. If you haven't seen it, it's not hard to see it.
I think it has more views than Gangnam Style at this point.
In a short amount of time.
Gangnam Style. I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We don't believe you.
I cannot see you.
Well, I'm getting situated, so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I brought you when I did that.
Hi.
Janine, were you watching the show live?
No, because my husband hates to watch these shows. He thinks they're the most boring.
So whatever your husband says goes then.
Well,
he runs a tight ship, kind of like Will Smith.
Well, you know how he is.
Yeah. All right, here, let me play because the audio is very telling, and you'll hear a little of the interpreter in the background of this.
Right.
All right, here it is. There was the slap. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of him. And he walked away. I think this shit was part of the problem.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke. I'm going to, okay?
That second one.
Yeah.
I don't know who the young lady was sitting behind Will.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Who?
Lupita Nyong'o.
Okay, thank you. I don't know who that was, but her facial
told you.
expression changed.
Yeah.
She went from like, what is happening to, oh, this is not a bit at all.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people in the room or people watching live knew if it was a bit or not.
Because you know what? The slap didn't sound like a slap. It didn't sound like, it sounded like a thud. So I thought Will Smith maybe like hit his chest, and was like fake slapping. But then from everything after that, I was, no, this is real and ridiculous and insane. And I'm sorry, but the overreaction of the century, I mean, holy crap.
What was the overreaction of the century?
Will Smith's reaction to the joke.
Oh, yeah. Well, can we start with here? Fake or real? How do you feel?
Real.
Jay Sams?
He's in the Man in Black.
Nice.
Look at Hollywood Jay Sams.
Well, okay. Let me just tell you something.
Neuralize you.
And
Was that
like the sound effect, right?
You've all been neuralized. You've forgotten the whole thing.
Like I said, we were actually watching something on Netflix that was really really good. It's called Bad Vegan, but that's a whole nother story. Then you guys's text in the group chat.
Use guys.
We had just finished the episode, and I was like, "Where's the remote?" I got like, it was like I saw a celebrity in person, and I went crazy. And Gaetano was like, "Whoa." He's like, "Calm down," and I was like, on my phone, I was like, literally, my phone was dying. I'm not kidding you.
We believe you. You don't have to convince us of that.
And I was like, "Whoa, what do I do now?" I opened up my laptop. Okay, that's how serious this was for me.
Wow.
Did you turn on your PC?
No. But
Wait, because your phone was about to die? Is that why?
yeah, because I felt like I couldn't. I didn't want it to die, and in the midst of me trying to figure out what exactly happened.
Got it.
Did you tie up the landline with your modem?
Complete. So I thought it was a complete hoax.
Yeah. As soon as I heard about it from the chat, from our text chat in the middle of the night, I went right to social media, and everybody. Of course, it was everywhere.
Right.
Wait, you immediately thought it was a hoax, or you still think it's a hoax?
I'm like,
why would it be a hoax though? It's not
70-30.
There's no
70-30 that 70 that it's real and 30 that's not real.
Okay.
There's no way it's fake. Why
He's laughing.
First of
the
all,
percentage number makes me laugh.
First of all, Will Smith comes off as the asshole, so why would he agree to this? Number one. Number two, when has the Oscars ever done something that everybody questioned whether it was a bit or not? This was, and if they did, the Academy Awards came out and was like, because they made a statement about this whole thing. Why would it be a bit, and then the Academy Awards talk about it as if it were real and say we don't condone violence, blah blah blah. If it was a bit, they would say, well, it was a poorly thought out.
I don't think they would cop to it.
You think they would cover it up as
well? A couple of things to
hang Chris Rock and Will Smith out to dry on it.
Well, there's a couple of things here because one, what if they weren't even involved in it and it was just Rock and Smith coming up with this little,
Then I think Chris Rock and Will Smith would have come out and said something, because look at all the people afterwards. Trevor Noah, Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, who all came in and was like trying, Diddy, they all came in and tried to save the relationship and everything.
I have a lot to say about that, so we're let's put that on the back burner for a second. But
throwing it all in the slap stew.
But going back to whether it was fake or not, I think a lot of people feel this way because when Will Smith got up there, I thought they were expecting something hysterical to happen. Not something serious. Like everybody
course.
was expecting like a big joke or some kind of, you know, tomfoolery, and they got a legit. I again, because you just felt it in the room. Up until that second scream of his, I don't think anybody thought that it was real. And I think even after the slap, they were kind of like waiting for the joke.
Right. Because Will Smith kind of walked off the stage. You could see him smiling a tiny bit.
Yes.
Right.
But I think that was like a kind of a rage smile going. He was
Like
like,
a crazy smile.
yeah, I think he was a
Yep.
little,
Coke
little,
smile.
I don't know, out of his mind. And then when he started screaming like that, I mean, that's, what is that? What are you doing? I mean,
I don't
my
know.
wife was like, that is out. So I asked my wife, I said, how, if that happened, exact situation, how would you want me to react? We can answer that later if you want, but we talked about it, and I don't know if you want to jump to that now.
No, let's keep it with. Let's go in order because that is a good
All right.
question that I don't want to miss though.
No.
So that.
But you don't think, Anthony? Wait, you don't think that there's any possibility that it might have been planned at all? 1-2%?
No.
No.
I think it's possible, but I think it's. I mean, if you're going 70-30, I'm going 99-1 because I
There's
just
no chance.
I just think it's more. Can I? All right, you want to know what I think is what we saw last night was a guy who couldn't take it anymore, snap and take his anger out on somebody else.
Yeah.
Look at there's his apology letter. There's all kinds of stuff that points to this was him flipping out. This wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean that would all be a part of it if it was made up too. I mean,
yeah, but Will Smith you think he would agree to do something that then he has to apologize for, and everybody no.
Yeah.
Why would you hurt your image like that?
I mean, he doesn't have to. Somebody maybe not of his caliber, but I mean, look at this is everybody. Nobody is talking about anything else. There's 4 things on our rundown tonight.
Yeah, but
because
it's not a positive thing.
There is just literally nothing else happening. Like I don't know if you know, but the war in Ukraine stopped.
I know.
Did it? Everybody in Ukraine was like,
yeah, both sides. Russians were showing Ukrainians. Did you see what happened at the Oscars? Like that's
Right.
how.
In the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, no, there's no way this was. If it was planned, it was poorly executed because number one, it was a real slap. If people are showing it, he connected. Number one. Number two, Chris Rock's reaction. It's not like they had anything planned because his reaction was stunned, and like it was a joke, dude. Like, and then he looked over to the side, like if he could continue or not or whatever. And he just went on. It's not like there was a stupid choice of phrase here, but there wasn't a punchline. There was a slap. He walked
We're trying to be serious. Why are you making puns?
Why?
Of course, we're trying to be serious. And there was no it was just an awkward moment. It wasn't funny. Like if they were going to be doing something funny, you would expect it to land.
I would say Chris Rock would have came up with something funny.
Something way better than that. That's not a planned thing.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's weird. Will Smith, after he made the joke, Chris Rock, Will Smith laughed. Jada looked pissed off, and then you kind of don't really see that split second.
Yeah, where Will Smith changed.
Yes, but then why I thought it was a joke was, like you said, on his way back from slapping him, he has like this smile, like just kind of like he didn't. I don't even know.
Gone when he started yelling, though.
Right, and then then he yells after that, after he sits down, after he slaps him. And it was just weird.
That was not comedy. Him yelling. That was him. That was rage. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. That was.
I saw the video probably 52 times.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. No, that was pure insanity. That was crazy. But it definitely, I believe 100% it was real.
All right, so let's get to the background of why again I think this is real. So this is not the first time these two have had an interaction.
Right.
If you remember, and I think this is an important part of the story because I think people take all this stuff in with them. But Chris Rock ragged on Jada Smith back at 2016. If you remember, Smith had just done Concussion, and everybody talked about what a great performance it was and everything. And there was something that happened. I can't remember what it was, but people started in with I'm going to boycott the Oscars. And then it was about, I don't know if it was about Me Too or whatever it was. I forget what it was exactly. But then from out of nowhere, Jada Pinkett Smith was like, well, I'm not going to the Oscars either.
I remember that.
They didn't nominate Will Smith. And Chris Rock was the host of the Oscars that year. And this is what he said. Again, neither Will Smith or Jada Pinkett Smith were there that night because they were boycotting. But this is what he said. This is what
happened? People went mad. You know, Spike got mad. Jonathan got mad. And Jada went mad. And Will went mad. Everybody went mad. You know, it's quite like Jada got mad. Jada says she's not coming. Protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Oh, that's not an invitation I would turn down. But I understand. I'm not hating. I understand you're mad. Jada's mad. Her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. Said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West. Okay.
See, that's all good fun.
Yeah, well, that was back in 2016. So again, that's in the background, and I'm sure kind of on Will Smith's mind.
You know, though, like he's the host, and he's coming up with these jokes, and he has writers that come up. This was a part of the Oscars. This was a story circulating around about the Oscars. Of course, he's going to make jokes about it. It was the news of the moment. You got to make a joke out of it.
Then Regina Hall, who was one of 3 hosts of the evening, she started. Did you see her opening monologue bit?
No.
So she did a bit in the opening monologue where basically it was like, oh, we've had some, questionable vid test results, and we have to retest some people. And she did this right after she said that she was single and looking, and how there's a whole bunch of eligible bachelors in the crowd. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. So she started calling up people to the stage who needed to be retested. And she starts picking on only the single people in the crowd. She calls up Timothy Chalamet. She calls up Bradley Cooper. So she's calling up all the single, hot looking gentlemen, basically. And here, let me cue this up. So the guys are going up they're all walking up on stage. And then she turns her attention to Will and
Javier Bardem. Oh, you're still with Penelope. You know what? Actually, no. Your test is fine. It says that you're married. I'm negative. Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list, and looks like Jada approved you, so you get on up here.
Were they laughing? All right.
They were laughing. He was waving it off like, no, I'm not coming up there. And she was pointing like, oh, you rascal, you. So that was okay with her.
That should have been the reaction, or close to the reaction to Chris Rock's joke too, I think. Like, come on. Even if you were pissed at the joke and you hated it, a slap and yelling match is ridiculous.
I don't think, to tell you the truth, I don't think that he was mad at that. I think it was, if it was really true and not a joke, I don't think it was mad. He was mad at the joke, actually. I think he's just had enough of Jada, and that was his breaking point. Like, You ever,
You think the
ever,
problem is with Jada? He has a problem with Jada.
oh yeah, I don't think it's with.
Misdirected anger. Here's their
Yes.
Instagram just
There you go.
before the Oscars. This is what they released. And look at the anger faces. And the caption is me and Jada Smith got all dressed up to choose chaos. This was prior to the Oscars.
Yeah, the chaos line doesn't help. But hindsight, if there was no slap, this would just be a cute little photo.
Can I say something about her? She's fucking angry.
Yeah, she is. She's always been angry.
She's angry. Like all
She
the
looks
time.
all smiley here, and the anger doesn't look real in these shots. So she's very smiley.
What drugs are you on? Because I would love to
Look,
just take
she's-
a little bit of it.
She's very. Look at this. She's not. This is fake anger. This is smiling anger. This is, like.
I think the smile's fake. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, that devious when they first get together.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't see them being, crazy here. I just see them being kooky and whatever.
I think, if I could give my personal opinion, I think that I don't know why I made that face. I think that he's had enough of people talking shit about him and Jada, and that was just like honestly.
Yeah, that could be.
There's never been a point in your life where you've just been so mad with someone, but you haven't had that like brawl with them, and then something stupid sets you off about something else, and you just go fucking ham.
Yeah, he snapped. There was a breaking point for him.
So I really do think that's what happened, and he was just like, enough.
I don't
'Cause
think
we
you've ever been more right about anything in your entire life. I'm so with you on this.
Thank you.
That's-
Thank you.
yeah.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I think you're right. I think I think the most telling was
Excuse me. Sorry.
the most telling was that right after the joke, just like you just said, he laughed, she didn't. He looked over at her, and that's when he snapped.
Yeah,
That
she was
the
pissed.
moment he snapped.
I think, he was defending her. I think he was defending her, and he took it way too far.
No, I don't think he was
I
defending
don't think so
her.
either.
I think
Keep
I
my
think
wife's
was,
name out of your effing mouth is
I think
offensive.
it was misdirected anger
There you go.
at I can't be a punching bag anymore. I know the joke was about her and her. By the way, people need the joke explained to them. That's kind of how off the joke was.
Yeah, it didn't even like.
I don't know
Because
why.
even I didn't know. Because I said to my wife goes, she's like, I don't
Please
even.
don't tell me you didn't get the joke.
She goes, she goes, what was the joke? And I go, no, I think she was in the original G.I. Jane. And
Oh, I
she
hate
wasn't.
you.
It was just the hair.
Why are we friends?
It wasn't that great of a joke. I mean, honestly.
It was a fine joke.
It was an okay
Because
joke.
Demi Moore shaved her head for the role. That
Right.
was the
I
joke.
remember. Yeah. I get it now. But I thought it was when I first, in the first.
That was like a big deal when that happened.
Right. But in the first split second I heard it, I was like, oh, is this because she was in? I thought she was like a supporting actress in the movie. I couldn't remember. Anyway. But it's so that was the joke. But then, like I said, like this came after Regina Hall's comment. This came after.
Oh, it was after.
Yeah, Regina.
Oh, I thought it was before. Okay.
Her joke
No.
was in opening monologue.
I think all Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith jokes were scrapped after the slap.
Yeah,
I don't think there
so
were any
too.
more jokes about them after the slap.
I think so too. I was dying to know. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna let Amy Schumer back on. Because after I saw
Why
the
wouldn't
slap,
they?
I tuned in immediately, and I was like,
to protect her.
50% to see what happened, and 50% to see what Amy Schumer would say. Because I didn't think Amy Schumer could let that moment go
Did she? She
without
probably did.
calling bullshit. She did it, but in a very safe way. She said, because she had done a skit right before the slap where she was wearing a Spider-Man costume.
Mhm.
And so when it was her first time on screen after, she said, I was changing out of my Spider-Man costume backstage. Did I miss anything? And that's what she said,
Okay.
which I thought was an acknowledgement, but like acknowledged enough that nobody would go over and slap the shit out of her. Either.
Right. It was a very safe acknowledgement.
I think that's what everybody was concerned with after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You
I
know
think
what?
that it's
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
No,
please. Go ahead.
I think that if Frank were to be a black actor, it would be Will Smith. If
What?
that makes sense.
He's the biggest cuck of all time.
Yes.
What the hell is going on here?
This is why. Because I feel like Will Smith is just like a really nice guy. He
Thank
doesn't
you.
curse. Like in his rap songs, he never even had one curse. Like, hello.
Mm.
He's just very wholesome.
I don't
Right.
like where this is going.
He might be gay. No, just kidding,
Right.
Frank.
He lets people have sex with his wife.
Right. He lets people have sex with.
All
Besides all
similarities.
that. Yeah.
Is Will Smith a bad driver? I'm not sure.
I'm an excellent driver.
Does he
might
go
be
under
weird.
45
Can he park? 'Cause
in the left lane?
This might be where they diverge a little bit. But
I'm
other than that, I'm
wonderful,
with you. I'm with
wonderful driver.
you. Well,
Um,
hold on. Let me ask you a question. Did Will Smith buy the exact same dog that his friend had just lost only 3 weeks prior? Was that? Did Will Smith do that?
nah, Frank, he would never do that. That's fucked
No.
up.
See, I thought you were missing, so this was to fill the void.
That's what she said.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're
we're
lucky I
very
don't
similar.
slap the shit out of you, Frank, for that whole dog thing.
You're an idiot. You know, I lost a dog like a month before you did too. So,
I don't remember that.
all right. No, but me and Will Smith very similar. He only has one more Oscar than I do, so I'm catching up.
Excellent point. You know, I think you can get there, big man. I think
We're
it's going to
close.
happen for
We're
you.
neck and neck.
Yeah.
He's only got me by one.
You keep acting like you're not going to slap the shit out of me and Janine, and you're going to get that Oscar.
I'll
You're
get
going to
there.
have the chops.
It's gonna happen one day. You watch. Not the slapping. The Oscar will happen.
Oh man. No, but I agree. I think so. Again, it was the Regina Hall comment. It was obviously Chris Rock what he said prior to this, which I'm sure stuck in Will's mind.
I don't think it was totally Will. I think he looked at Jada. Jada was upset, and he reacted off of that.
But
Will
I also
was taking it all in stride.
No.
He was laughing.
that was I think, yes, I agree. It wasn't the joke because he laughed at that. It was when he looked over in the reaction, but I don't think it was because he felt bad for her. I think it was him. I think it was the snap because he's like, I can't take this anymore. Because
Yeah.
I think he realized in person in that room,
Maybe.
he's the laughing stock of Hollywood because his wife is the fucking doorknob of the industry. And he's the biggest bitch out there because she's done this all, from what I understand, kind of behind his back and forced him to have to acknowledge it publicly after the last one, who, oh, by the way, was her son's fucking friend.
Yeah. Weird.
Does he partake in extramarital?
Nobody knows. Okay, so great point. So, all right, aside from the rumors that he's gay, which has been around for a long time, if he wasn't gay, and like all right, let's assume he's not gay, and they're in this open marriage. Where's the woman out there that had sex with Will Smith? You think she would keep this quiet?
No.
How is that not happened? Whether it was an outside the industry person who I believe would absolutely blow it up, or an inside the industry person, which after it came out with that rapper kid with what's his name, Augusta or Augustus or whatever I don't know, some weird name. I'm surprised it's not Lil something. That's amazing to me. It wasn't one of the Lils or the Nas's or the X's. That was
a lot of Lils out there.
a lot of them. The fact after that came out, you would think that a woman that he slept with would be like, oh, it's no big deal. I fucked Will Smith, so it's all good. Nothing.
Yeah, but
Quiet.
who's gonna believe them?
I think everybody. You don't think
Someone
that
just comes out of the woodwork and says it, and
All right, let's try.
all right, you take
Okay.
you go out there and say it.
Here's what I want to do. I want to throw,
And he gave me these.
I want to throw J Sams at him and Frank and see which one he falls for.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
maybe he neuralizes them afterwards.
Well, that's a good point. You know, we haven't looked into that enough. And I think
You know,
Frank?
right.
Then how would you?
Did you know that was going to work as well as it did? Did you
No,
practice that in the
I
mirror?
didn't.
You know, it's
It
funny.
looks great on camera.
After you did that, I was like, wait, how's he doing this?
How am I doing? It's
Wait,
pretty
is
good
he
though.
actually doing this?
Got my homemade neuralizer.
I wonder, is it all phones or is it just shitty Samsung phones?
It's
I don't
probably
know.
shitty.
Let's see.
It's just the flashlight.
No, look how much better his
Oh,
looks than
man.
mine.
That's pretty good.
hysterical.
Wish I could use mine, but it's being used.
Yeah, and then like the fact that he went up and gave that absolutely horrific speech where he talked about being a vessel and he was choosing love, and after he just slapped the shit out of somebody publicly, and then he apologized to the people in the room, the academy, and did he forget somebody?
He did in the moment. He did.
He forgot him, or he willingly omitted him.
I don't know. He big willingly omitted him.
Yeah, I mean,
Big Willie.
Got it. All right. I think it went.
Nah.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and
So he goes on with the
Samaya
movie.
and Demi
Who?
and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew.
He's talking about the movie
of
now.
King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
How are people clapping? How?
I don't know.
I-
He just got finished assaulting someone on stage
Yeah,
in front of millions of people.
yeah. So, all right, go back to this because I saw footage too of in commercial break, Denzel hugging him, and who is the other guy who plays Medea?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry consoling him,
And Bradley Cooper, too.
and Bradley Cooper, and they all go over to her and they hug her. Like what?
Well,
What do you think was said?
we don't know exactly what was said. So maybe they were asking, "Yo, what the hell? What was that about?" If you just slap someone, I'd come up to. I probably if the other person is gone and I can't find them or they're backstage or whatever, I would come up to you and be like, "Dude, what the hell was that?"
I think if you slap somebody, I would be like, "Hey, come on, let's go take a walk. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, something.
Not a place for you to stay."
Yeah, whatever the case may be, you would come over, or I would go over to you, and I'd be like, "Dude, you want to tell me what that was about?"
There's very few cases where you can actually physically assault someone and be applauded and consoled. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
No, he
Trying to
definitely should have
think.
been consoled, but
And this was after the slap, before he cried on stage, which again, that moment alone where he just breaks down and starts crying, and just it was 2.5 minutes of gibberish of not making any sense whatsoever.
To tell you the truth, I actually felt bad.
For him,
for
I
him,
did. And in that moment, when he was talking, I don't know why, just something, I felt bad. Even
because
though
he was a mess.
because you were watching
I-
a mental breakdown happen
Right.
live on television.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's just, but like what you said about like consoling people, in the group text, if you remember, a certain someone slapped my brother years ago
Oh yeah.
and oh god, that was so awkward too.
Hang on.
Wait.
Give everybody context here. Your brother
Yeah.
was annoying them quite a bit. If I don't,
My brother kept annoying my brother-in-law, licking his face.
okay.
And I believe there was a smidge of alcohol involved.
Just a smidge. It was no, they were both very, very drunk, and it was about 4:00.
And again, a little bit of coke. So let's not make a big deal out of it. You don't want that being the headline, but
Right. And so I think he just kept telling my brother, stop. My brother doesn't listen because he's like me. And he slapped my brother across the face.
To be fair, the licking is assault number one.
Right.
Slapping is the follow up. But what I want to see is the footage of Chris Rock backstage right after. I want to see what was said. Like, I want to see his reaction backstage.
Yep.
Who came up to him? What they talked about? What was going on back there? I want to see that footage. Because after that, Chris Rock disappeared, and we didn't hear a thing from him.
I haven't heard one iota from Chris Rock.
So, God
You
knows.
think he's
Janine, were you
shocked?
making a bigger point here with the whole slapping thing?
Oh yeah, what was about
Oh,
your?
sorry. My point was that the slapper left after that, and a few people went up to him and were like, "Are you okay?"
Went up to the slappee.
Yes.
Yeah, went up to the person who got hit.
No, the one who slapped.
Oh, the person who slapped. Well, because the person who got hit was gone. Right?
No,
You said they left.
the slapper did. The person who slapped.
Person who slapped left.
Yep.
So the Will Smith left. The Chris Rock was still there, and they
Yep.
went up to. Okay.
I get going up to the Chris Rock. I think that's the appropriate thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But in this case,
These people
Chris
were going
Rock
up to
went off stage and was gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was already
Okay.
backstage. So if your friend slaps someone, and the person who got slapped is gone, wouldn't you'd go up to your friend and say, well, what's going on here?
Oh, but they didn't go up to him. They went up to Will Smith.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
Chris
the
Rock was
slapper.
gone. Yeah, Chris Rock had left. If Chris
Oh.
Rock came down and sat 10 feet from Will Smith, people probably would have went up to Chris Rock and said, "Are you all right?" But since he was gone, and Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry and all Chris, I forget his name, we're all friends of his, of Will Smith's. They probably went up to him and said, anything you want to talk about?
Right.
Are you all right? And, can you, what the hell?
Yeah, I think that.
I'm sure a lot of what the hells were thrown around.
Yeah, there was just a bit too much consoling going on, and a little bit of too much of applause. And let's be honest, I get all the people that are like, oh, Chris Rock should press charges. But I don't think Chris Rock should press charges. I think what should have happened was somebody from the Academy should have walked out and been like, I'm sorry, but you have to go.
You have to leave. Yeah.
You have to leave. Because,
100%.
Here's the thing about the Academy, and they're out there telling you, it just drove me crazy. The Academy put out a statement like, we're taking this seriously and we're looking into it. What looking into?
We all looked
it
into
happened
it.
on live television.
We're looking into it every 10 seconds.
What was there to look into? It happened, and you fucking dropped the ball. Be like, hey, we dropped the ball. He should have been removed immediately on fucking reality shows. Fucking Snooki. When Snooki swings at somebody, Snooki has to go.
She got arrested, right?
Yeah, but on the Academy Awards, if you hit somebody, it's okay if you're Will Smith.
You think the people who were running the whole thing were like, well, he's gonna win. Should we leave him there because he's gonna win an award now?
Oh, awkward.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly what it was.
If he was just a nominee and wasn't gonna win, you think they would have removed him?
I
Yeah.
think so because you can't. How can you be like, and Best Actor goes to? But
he
I
cannot
think
be here to accept his award.
I think that's what they were
That's
thinking.
This.
I think that's what they were thinking, but they should have went in that direction.
So you're in favor of cancel culture.
I'm not in favor of cancel culture.
Ooh.
You
But
want
you're-
the Academy to have canceled
No.
Will Smith in that moment.
I'm talking about somebody who's having a fucking
I
meltdown.
understand. Yeah, take him out. You take him outside. You say, "Sorry, you assaulted someone in front of everybody. This is against our rules. You can't just slap people."
I'm pissed today at anybody who's taking Will Smith's side or giving him the benefit of
get
the
it.
doubt.
So Whoopi Goldberg kind of did today on The View.
Well, she can go fuck herself. I
What did
haven't
she say?
cared for her since she pushed what's her name off the stool there.
So
She didn't
she,
push anybody.
Oh no.
I felt like she was talking about herself. In
What
this
did she just get
instance.
suspended for? I forget.
Um,
She doesn't believe the Jews exist.
no,
That was
that
it.
that Jews.
She was like, "Oh, there's no Jews." There,
No,
She said, "Not only is there no Holocaust, there's no Jews." That's
All right,
what she said.
You're just an ass.
nationality versus religion.
Oh, that was it.
race versus religion.
Yeah, she didn't know what was what. She didn't know that
So,
being Jewish was a nationality and a religion.
so wait, go back to those guys coming up to state up to him in the front.
Uh-huh.
The reason was, sorry, I just forgot this, but I just remembered it.
And we'll go back.
He was actually crying. So I think that's why they went up to him. He was
After he
wiping.
slapped Chris Rock.
Yes, he was wiping away tears, and I think that's why they went up to him. At least that's what Bradley Cooper told me. Oops.
Well,
I think you're right. I think I read that.
If you're his friend, why wouldn't you go up to him and just at least, I mean, yeah, if he's crying, but at least to find out what the hell is, if he's mentally okay, you just assaulted someone, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Like if you did that, Anthony, or if you did that, Janine, I'd come up to you and be like, you all right? What the hell was that? You want to tell me? You know, I wouldn't just be like, oh, I don't know this person. If that's your friend, you go.
You would do the Homer Simpson walk into the tree thing.
To the bush. I'd meme myself right out of there.
Again, I think you have to kind of sort of be like, hey, it's time to, like, we have to go let's go for a walk. Let's get out of here.
Right.
You know, because
they should have. Yeah.
I understand. Look, I understand the sympathy for Will. Again, he's the biggest, not for nothing, jerk off of the fucking world. Like, everybody's laughing at him because of what his wife did, and it's okay to feel bad for him even when he reacted the way he did. But again, kind of know where it's at, where it's like, get him out of there. That's not like,
yeah, that's true.
You're good. Are you okay? Because you're good. We know you're going to make the big speech of the night, you know, outside of the Best Picture thing. So I don't think anybody should have let him stay. But the Academy should have definitely not let him stay. Once you turn entertainment into physical violence, and I know it was just a slap, but that's still a physical. You've made that ante. You up that level to physical. You can't.
It's over. You're out.
You should be out immediately.
You can't because you get away with it. That's it. That's him getting away with it.
Because you talk about, Frank just made a joke about cancel culture, but let's really talk about it for a second here. People out there are like, well, you don't talk about a man's woman that way. Bullshit. Jokes are fucking jokes. And this is the problem with cancel culture in general, that, oh, you can't make a joke. You can't make a joke. There was nothing wrong with his joke. I don't give a shit if she has alopecia. Can you die from alopecia?
I don't think so.
No, of course not. You can't fucking die from alopecia. She's got four hairs missing from her head. And she acts like she's got this fucking, like, people are really suffering out there. You're acting like, oh, I can't grow 4 fucking hairs, so I got to shave my whole head, and nobody can make fun of me for it. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. Plus,
do you really trust someone who cheated on their husband, Will Smith, with Mark Anthony? No.
Wait, she cheated with Mark Anthony?
Yeah. This was years ago.
I don't know.
So you didn't know this either?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, well, welcome to my world.
The only thing I remember about this was, who is the brunette in Men in Black 2? Her name. She was like hot at the
Lara
time.
Flynn Boyle.
Lara Flynn Boyle, super hot at the time. Like on the, wasn't she on like a big TV show or something, and a bunch 100%. Of movies? Mm-hmm. She was the it actress at the time. There were rumors that she was flirting with Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
That she was trying to sleep with Will Smith. And I remember reading this, that Jada Pinkett Smith fucking flew to the set and pulled a Yoko, like was like on, like at his side. Like the director had to be like, can you just move out of the shot? Like, I'm okay with you being here, but you got to give him like 4 feet to get the shot. Would not leave him alone because Lara Flynn Boyle wanted to fuck Will Smith, and she didn't. She fucking flew there to not let it happen.
Man.
And there we are a couple of years later, and she's banging her son's friends like it's a fucking YouPorn video.
I don't know, man. I think they need to get some marriage counseling going. I don't think that I mean, obviously it's not affecting them in a good way, at least not him.
She's probably a succubus.
Maybe.
Definite.
Well, I definitely think so.
I agree with Bird. Use your words. I mean, if you're Will Smith and you're pissed, or if you're Will and Jada, and you're pissed at the joke, you found it maybe insensitive or whatever the case may be. If you didn't like it, you don't jump up and slap the comedian. Maybe afterwards, if someone asked you about it, you go, "Yeah, I didn't like that joke. You know, my wife has this, blah blah blah." But you don't slap someone. That was.
He might have not even known that he has it. Like I don't think he
Yeah, I mean,
he
he might not have
meant
known.
it. I don't think he meant it in the way that she got annoyed by it, if that makes sense.
Maybe he didn't know she had alopecia. I don't. Who the hell knows?
See, I think. Oh, Joe Rogan, Yoko, and Jada both ruined great dudes. Excellent point.
That's
That's not
Welcome.
the Joe Rogan, is it?
Well, I'm not sure, but I hope this guy bought
Definitely is.
JoeRogan.com because he's got some money coming his way if he did. No, but I think so. She laughed at Regina Hall. That was okay, but Chris Rock wasn't. I think that was again premeditated and preloaded, where she was like, "I remember what this son of a bitch said about me last time, and I'm not going to give him."
That's why she
anything."
looked annoyed. She
Yeah.
rolled her eyes at him.
Yeah, but
Because
nothing. It didn't warrant his reaction, Will Smith's reaction. Not even close.
No. And again, entirely Academy's fault for allowing that to go on. And that just goes to show you. And again, everybody clapping for him and standing up for him and all this shit. It just goes to show you that people in that room, producers, Academy, everybody was like afraid of Will Smith. Like, we can't
I mean, he's about to win.
him because he's so bad. And by the way, when you look at all the issues in Hollywood, the Me Too movement, everybody did the same thing. We can't fuck with Harvey Weinstein because look how powerful he is. They're giving this fucking Will Smith the same break
Yep.
they gave Harvey Weinstein, which then everybody complained about how, oh, we need to change the culture. It has to be acceptable for women. You just made the same exact mistake again out loud in front of millions of people that you have not changed.
Yeah, they
You
made
still relent to power, and you don't fucking do the right thing ever.
They made a what's it called, a game day decision or a I forget
Game
what
time decision.
game time decision, and they made the wrong one. You know, that you escort that person out. Anybody who hits someone, you know, you start a fight, it's over. That's it. You're out. It's physical violence, because otherwise another person's going to do it, and then they can get away with it.
Well, who said today us comedians have really something to be scared about now when we go on stage? And I'm like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I don't
Okay.
think Will
I know,
Smith can
like-
do it. No, I'm not going to do that.
Like
It's a bit of a reach, I agree, but
Yeah.
there's some truth to, well, you can't, you letting him off the hook, you're condoning this behavior, you know. And honestly, comics should be
Ooh.
fucking protected.
right.
All right, so go ahead, Jason.
Go ahead, J Subs.
Jack me off. Jack me off. Said a succubus super chat so J Sabs reads it.
Right,
Thank
but you
you.
have to say who
Thank
it's
you.
from and for the amount.
Oh, from Jack me off.
No.
No.
You have to say
Name.
her name for this amount.
Oh, Jack me off for $2.
There you go.
That's it.
That's the game.
I have never given
Apparently.
one for only $2.
It's Anthony's game, by the way.
$2.25 maybe.
I don't blame me. I just laugh at it. Jack was the one who brilliantly started it, and,
That's kinda
and
true.
quite brilliantly. might I add.
Darn it, what were you saying? He got me all flustered.
I know. What was I saying? Let's wrap this up.
What was any of us saying?
entirely Jada Pinkett Smith's fault. Like,
Absolutely.
it's everything is her fault. Like,
No, Will Smith has some blame here too, I think.
well, yeah, but I mean, Will needs to apologize to Chris, and fucking Jada needs to apologize to Will.
Well, did you see
Yeah.
Will Smith came out with an apology?
His bullshit apology.
He apologizes to Chris. He can't
Where
be
was this? Frank, you gonna read it?
I gotta hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Where was this apology when he was apologizing to the Academy and everybody else but Chris Rock last night when he was accepting his Best Actor award?
He definitely should have apologized last night.
Which, listen, he should get an award for acting. He's one of the greatest actors of all time. He
Sure.
walked around and acted like his wife wasn't fucking half of the town. And that is, I mean, Pacino never got that good. I'm saying, like,
A star.
Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't fucking hold it together the way Will Smith has for the last 12 years. Let's be honest.
Daniel Day-Lewis has
15.
one more Oscar than I think he has 2 Oscars, right?
I don't know.
Best actor, I believe. Last of the Mohicans and Lincoln. or not Lincoln. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. He killed it in Lincoln. He deserves
Maybe
every
even
year
No
they
Country for Old Men. He made one. I don't
I
know.
think it was No Country, but every year they should give him an Oscar for Lincoln because that's how fucking good he was.
Yeah, I have Will Smith's apology 2 hours ago. He put this out on social media. Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. That is his.
I'm with Janine's hand gestures. It's bullshit because the Academy, and to what preceded this was the Academy saying that they were looking into the situation and doing all that. So now he's starting to feel the cancel culture pressure and say like, oh, I should put out like a nice apology statement. And,
well, he had to apologize anyway. So this is, I mean, no matter what he said in his apology, I feel like the reaction you were going to give was, oh, bullshit. You know, any apology, what apology would have been good enough?
That night.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, after today.
When he was running through all his apologies.
Yeah.
And
clearly
so
wasn't thinking straight at that time, maybe.
And here's the thing too, he never like showed any sort of remorse outside of the like, I apologize to the Academy, because that's just like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like he could have just easily said, I can't believe I just hit a guy. That was insane, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But instead he went up there and here's the other thing too. This doesn't fall on deaf ears. It's not beyond me to recognize the situation. He's in front of an audience, a room filled with people that are precious little egos and don't like to be made fun of. So in a way, they were all kind of like, yeah, like we're standing up for ourselves. He stood up to the big bad, troll and who made fun of one of us. And they were fucking like a little kind of happy and on his side.
Which is weird because a lot of the jokes are especially when comedians come up on stage during the Academy Awards, they're always making jokes about the people in the audience. Every year it's the same thing.
What they fucking forget is it's entertainment for us.
Yeah.
And for them too.
Yeah, for them too, if they don't take themselves 100% seriously.
Right.
It's like sitting in the front row of at a comedy show. You're gonna like get picked on.
Yeah.
You're in the spotlight. This happens year after year.
Yeah. This is why they won't have Ricky Gervais back though. They don't want to, and it's a conundrum for the Academy because we the people love it. We like Ricky Gervais going in there and lighting that fucking room up. So we're gonna tune in more. But those people don't like that shit, so they don't want that to happen. So they're in the middle of this like catch-22 on comics like Ricky Gervais. That's why they go with all these safe. That's why I was a little surprised they went with fucking Schumer, because she's cut from the same cloth as Ricky Gervais. She's part of that New York City comedy seller ilk.
Maybe, but she'll go by the script. She might, have some, like if she was doing a roast, like in her roast, she's pretty brutal. But if she's doing a scripted thing, I don't think she'll veer off of it too much.
Well, because she's got a bit of a movie career cooking now too, where
right.
I'm sure she doesn't want to upset the apple cart too much. But I give her credit. At least she acknowledged. She said something after the whole thing went down. She did say something. But there is definitely something to the fact that these Hollywood types don't like being made fun of, and they were kind of. I think there was a moment there with all of them, especially when he went up for that acceptance speech, where they were kind of like, "Well, good for him for standing up." Because here's the thing too, when you walk into that room, there's cameras everywhere. Whether you're on stage or not, you're still on stage because you know there's a camera on you. You're on. It's public persona time on, and they all know that.
Yep.
And he literally chose to just he snapped and couldn't handle that. But he said it, and he said it numerous times, and it's true. When you're in the public eye, you're in the public eye. Taking shit off of people is part of the fucking job.
Yeah.
That is just part of the deal. The
He
three
acknowledged
people,
it.
we know it too. Like when you fucking do this, you have to sit there and read comments from people who talk about how shitty and awful you are. It is just part of the gig. By the way, that is what the pay is for. This shit is fucking easy. Acting is a pleasure. It's a joy. It's a hobby for the most part. What they're paying you for is all the shitty stuff, like going around and promoting and taking people's shit on the internet. That is all fucking part of it.
Yeah, but it's not easy. If you got a million people telling you to go, fuck you, you're an asshole.
Well, I'll tell you where it really gets difficult.
It might weigh on you.
It really gets difficult when your wife is out fucking a lot of other people and
That
forcing
can't
you to say that you're in an open marriage.
And Mark Anthony. Oh,
That
can't believe
that's
Fuck
like
Mark
a
Anthony.
slap. That's like a slap in your face.
Yeah, because he's not even he's not even barely human. He's like a skeleton with
Oh yeah.
Skeleton. Yeah, that's true.
some skin.
Right.
But I agree. So
Looks like
I know we don't
Smeagol.
have a ton of topics, but what else?
Let's see how long I got. Okay.
Is your phone dying?
No comment.
Magically, our phone's about to die. Do you know who the Grammys, the Oscars left out of the In Memoriam?
Oh boy, this was rough. How do you do this? I know a couple.
Neither excusable. One a little bit more understandable than the other because he died a little while ago. Which was what's his name? The heavy guy.
Louis Anderson?
I just lost my thing. Oh, I don't know. Did they include Louis? I didn't even think about Louis Anderson.
I don't know if he was on there, but let's see who they. I have a few people that they left out here.
Well, don't say the big obvious one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They left. Go ahead. They left out Ed Asner.
Ed Asner was what I was thinking of. Yeah,
Who?
they left out Ed Asner. He played he did a lot, but he played Santa Claus in Elf.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was one of his later big successes.
He's in a lot of stuff. He's been acting for decades.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. There are two more that I know of. Oh. Can I say another one?
Mm-hmm.
Norm Macdonald.
They didn't put Norm Macdonald in?
No, Norm Macdonald.
What a bunch of pricks.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to say the big one.
Yeah, leave out Norm Macdonald, but let's applaud for Will Smith who smacks the shit out of people.
Right.
Go ahead. Good. What's the big one?
Oh, big one, of course. Bob Saget.
Fucking Bob Saget. Are you kidding me?
Bob Saget not making the In Memoriam.
They left Bob. First of all, Bob Saget should have been given a Lifetime Achievement Award for his role in that stoner movie alone. What was the fucking one?
Half Baked.
Half Baked. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fucking, and I get, okay, you might be like, oh, he's a TV guy. No, he did a lot. He did directing. Like, he did a lot in movies. How the fuck could you leave Bob Saget out of, and a lot of people consider comedy specials movies too. So it's like he had a whole shitload of those as well.
Let's see. Michael Nesmith from the Monkees. He had a little acting going.
Yeah.
But Robert Downey Sr. was left out.
Willie Garson from Sex and the City left out,
Oh, man.
which is a huge miss.
How does this happen? I mean, who runs these things?
I think an intern.
Every
It's an
year there are
intern.
people left out.
Yeah.
And every year everybody has a problem with it.
Not cool.
Unreal. I don't know how they don't double, triple check. This is a major segment that everybody looks for. And how something like this could be overlooked every time.
Every year, all the big media outlets just prepare the who got left out of the In Memoriam. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing: check with the media outlets first. Why don't you give a call
Right, exactly.
over to Variety and fucking TMZ and be like, hey, who's on your list, just so we can cross reference here, because you
Right.
know,
Yeah. Double,
Yeah, this
triple
person-
check. Just go to TMZ. They got all the names.
yeah, they got the names.
Just give me the list. Shoot it over.
That's
It's fucking people.
damn.
That's inexcusable how they could leave people off like that.
All right, what do you think happens to Will Smith?
He
You think
gets
anything
jiggy with
happens?
it.
He already
Like-
did last night.
The Academy could take his Oscar away.
Sorry, he went to the a Variety party after party and was dancing with his family. His son, by the way, tweeted, "This is how we handle things." There was no remorse from these fucking people last night. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And again, I can give a little pass to Will Smith because he is in the middle of a public mental breakdown. So I have a little sympathy for him. But like his kid being like, "Oh, that's how we handle things," like,
Supporting your dad. I don't know.
I don't know.
They could take his Oscar away, theoretically. You think they would? I don't think they're going to do that. I think because Chris Rock he's not pressing charges. I think this, for them, I think this might blow over.
I'd love to throw this out to the comments and see what people think, what they should do to Will Smith. I think next year, yeah, a couple people have this. I think next year we have them both back on, and Chris gets to slap the shit out of Will this time.
Right? That would
And
be
then-
good.
And then it's a whole just slap-a-thon.
Did you hear, what's his name? Who's the YouTube guy that boxes now? He's a YouTube guy, blonde hair. He boxes.
Yeah, one of the twins there. What's his name?
Right. I forget his name. But I saw a story real quick. I didn't read it. Don't take it as face value, as something I scrolled by. He wants them to hash it out in the ring. He's willing to pay them each like millions to box.
That would be
Which is a
great.
little unfair since Will Smith played Ali, but I don't know.
But he didn't knock him out though.
Yeah, he barely. I gotta say, that was a hard slap, and he kind of took it pretty well.
Yeah, because that was West Philadelphia versus Queens. I mean, no Queens person's going
That's
down
true.
from a
Definitely not.
Yeah.
bitch
I mean, he
slap.
took it, and then he was like, "All right, that was something."
How do you think like Chris Rock came? I think Chris Rock came off a little bit like a bitch, but
No,
I think he was
handled it.
more surprised than anything.
I think he was shocked that he. I don't think he had a reaction because he was just like,
I think he tried to keep it, even though something like that just happened. I think he tried to stay as professional as he could, knowing that the show had to go on. I think he handled it the way he should have, and
Yeah.
he was very professional, as professional as you could be in a moment like that.
After he screamed the second time, like, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," like, he was like, "I will." Like, I thought that was the biggest bitchiest move. Like,
What did you want him to say?
I think around that time the comedic instinct would have kicked in,
yeah.
and
The guy was obviously very upset, and you want to egg him on?
well,
Dude, do you anger the bear more? I don't know.
Will Smith just jumps on stage and slaps you in the face, goes and sit back down, and he starts yelling at you. You want to keep him going.
I would like to think that I would slap him back immediately, but I
You're in shock. Hindsight. This is
Yeah.
a day later.
exactly. So let's say I'm in shock too, and I can't muster up a slap back. By the time he gets back to his seat and says it again for a second time, I don't know if the comedic wit in me wouldn't have hit back with a, you know,
Well, you have to have comedic wit first. But no, I think he handled it
but when he said
best the person could in that
keep
situation.
my wife's name out of your mouth, to not come back with a, well, everybody's been in your wife's mouth kind of a line. Like,
He kept it as class. He kept the class
He
level
should have said
high.
that's what she said. He should have said that.
I mean, I don't know if I would have been able to fight that temptation. Now,
Right.
Chris is a professional. There's no doubt in my mind that it came, like, Out of out of the devil and angel choices, I think they were both right there in his mind, and he went the
I think he
professional
was just
way.
he. I think he just wanted to move everything on and squash this as quickly as he could. Because not for nothing, but you're there. You're in the Academy Awards, and you've got cameras and millions of people looking at you. You don't want to make the wrong move, so he wanted to get on with the show as quickly as possible. I
Yeah,
think
but he fumbled the line introducing the best documentary award. Like
okay.
I think he was a little.
He
Like,
was just slapped. What do you want
afraid.
from him? Give him a little break.
I know, but it's Will Smith. I mean, come on, give me a fucking break.
He's a big dude. Will Smith,
None of these actors would be a problem. I don't think,
Okay.
realistically. Come on. You want to move on?
Let's move on.
Let's go. What was the last thing we were going to do on this, though? It was, what would you have done? Did we just do it?
We kind of just did.
When we say
No.
we were going to save something?
About
Oh, I said I talked to my wife about
yes.
it.
Oh, what did your wife say?
She said that was a huge overreaction. He said if you're not going to take the joke, she was like, if you're not going to take the joke as a joke and you're legitimately upset about it, she goes, the last thing I would want you to do is get up and attack someone. She said, maybe later on you say something to them off to the side if you have a problem with it or whatever, but leave it alone for the most part.
Like, if this is an interaction between two guys in a bar,
But it's
slap the
not.
shit out of him. Go ahead. I have no problem with that.
But that's not what this was.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You're in tuxedos. You're on TV.
Yeah.
You kind of rein it in a little bit.
All right. We beat it to death.
Yes.
Memberships are up right now. Everybody can join for exclusive extra content.
What? What's happening?
What?
You're not gonna ask me if I would want my husband to fight like that for me.
Okay. What would you
Okay.
want?
Go ahead. You want to know the God's honest truth? I thought you were bailing out because you were close to the old eject button. Go ahead.
So what would you do? What would? So yes. Okay. So you're Jada. Your husband's Will.
Wait, are you Jada or Will in this scenario? What's happening?
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's say your husband gets insulted, and you're Will in this particular instance. Do you
no.
get up and hit him, or what do you do?
Well, I was gonna. People, I saw on Facebook today a lot of people saying, "I love how he stood up for his wife," and I honestly don't know what that's like. So,
Oh,
That's
I don't.
man, this is uncomfortable.
That's not cool.
I'm gonna step back now.
So he's never stood up for you. Was there just never opportunities for him for that?
Here's my rankings of biggest cucks I know: Will Smith and Janine's husband. That's they're not here, Frank. They're not here.
They're right here.
It's close. They're on the same page. They're above the fold.
I really don't know.
Your
Well, has
husband's never stood up for you?
Has there been an instance where he could have and didn't?
Yep.
Again, okay, it's a little different in a bar because you don't want to be you don't want an arrest on your record just because everybody was drinking a little too much and shit got out of hand.
Right.
I mean, I get that part of it.
Well, something like that happened. I'm not gonna even say because then you're really gonna think we're cuckolds.
Oh, now you got to tell the story. Now you got to tell
Something
the story.
stupid. We went on a cruise and like how you see the same people over and over.
Sure.
And we would see these groups of people every night. And one night, it was we were in the club, and one of this guy who we had talked to a few times, I guess he was kind of drunk and he didn't he didn't know his balance, so he touched my poop by accident. And I thought I was like, Gaetan's not gonna. I looked over and I was like, "There's in my mind first a quick instance. I was like, there's no way he's gonna even say anything." And Gaetan was like this, I was like, "Wow!"
Oh, so he did stand up for you.
only time.
All right. You said you don't know what it's like, and he never did.
The guy didn't do. But the thing was, the guy definitely didn't do it on purpose. That's why it was so funny. Because I was like,
so the one
first
time he stands up for you, it was an
yeah,
accident.
thanks.
All right.
So that's it. But I just thought it was funny because now Anthony's gonna think that I took that guy back and had sex with him while my husband watched.
No, we know that happened.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what a homeless guy was doing on a cruise, but
I think he won. I think he won his ticket at a card game just before it left. I think
That's really.
Wait, what other time? What other times did he not come to your defense? Because women could get a little could be out there writing checks that they expect their man to cash. That could happen a couple of times.
My man will beat you up. And the guy's like, "What?"
Guy's like, "What? Hold on a second. Why don't you calm the fuck down?" Because
What'd you say?
Yeah,
I'm not beating anybody up.
No. You know,
I've never gotten in a fight over my wife. You know, that's not happened. But
no,
it's not to say that I don't know, maybe a handful of times it didn't get kind of a little close.
Ooh, with who?
I don't know. I could just think
someone
of
in our group. Ooh.
I could just think of a couple of times where I was like, this is
what Frank tried to I don't know, touch your wife inappropriately.
What?
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
It was
trying to make some content
before they
for
even
the
knew
show.
each other.
I have to more be worried about Frank's wife touching my wife inappropriately. That's more of a
chance.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, but I like a couple of times where things were said, and I was kind of like, well, this is I'm not going to allow this to happen. If again, if it does, little shits like that.
Yeah.
You mean if a guy was flirting with your wife at a restaurant, you didn't call up the restaurant later on and tell the owners that the guy working there may have, stuck his hand in someone's dessert, licked it, and then put it back?
What?
Oh, okay.
You lost me. You're going to have to slow down and go back over that again. What happened?
Someone I know, they went to a restaurant with a bunch of people, and I think I don't know if he was the bartender or the waiter. He was flirting with my friend's girlfriend. And later on, when they left the restaurant, my friend told her boyfriend. And the boyfriend went and called the restaurant and said, either it was the waiter or the bartender. He's like, I just want to let you know, I saw this guy who works there stick his hand in dessert and taste it and then put it back.
It's messed up. But deserved.
All right. Not a horrible move if you got the person fired. Not manly per se, but it did get a laugh out of me.
I'll let you take a guess who did that.
So it's all been worth it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think I know who that
is. It somebody that we all know? Wow. Okay.
I think I know exactly who that was.
I didn't see that coming.
Yep.
Are they related to you?
I have no idea.
Yes.
What this is.
Yeah, I know exactly who it is.
All right.
Now you do too. And I know where it was too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I remember this story.
Oh, really? I don't remember this at all.
Pretty sure we were.
It's a tough spot, defending your significant other. It's, by the way, because men are dicks.
It is.
It's something that men have to deal with more than women.
Oh, yeah.
Men
have
dicks.
to deal with other women hitting on their man, but it doesn't happen as I feel like men are the bigger dicks, so men have to deal with this shit a bit more often.
But girls can
100%.
get their guys in trouble, like you just said, like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass, like, something stupid like that too can happen.
It just like swinger talk has become big on my TikTok feed.
Oh God.
Also, guys getting knocked out because of their girlfriends or wives I've seen that a bunch of times.
Yep.
Like a lot. And
it's kind of funny though.
It's hysterical when you're watching it, but when you're involved
believe it or not, I've never done that to a husband.
I don't believe it.
I really haven't.
Cuddles did it to me once.
Oh, really?
She got you into a fight?
No, but I had to kind of be like, hey, enough. Because,
Easy.
yeah, this is getting to a point where I am not going to be able to avoid this. It wasn't horrible. It was just, here's what it was too. We were at a sporting event. So it's just getting into a fight at a sporting event.
Oh,
is
that's all bets are off.
the
Anything
dumbest
go.
thing that you could possibly do.
It's kind of anything goes. The floor you're standing on is slanted anyway. You know, everybody's like this.
Yeah.
So that immediately throws you off.
The floor is covered in beer and popcorn butter. And
Right.
You're
Ugh.
either sticking or slipping. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, none
floor.
whatsoever. If people enjoying the Janine Confesses, a lot more Janine Confessions coming up in the members only area. Remember, after her hit and run, when we were able to exclusively get her text messages to her husband after she committed a felony, we put that out only in the members only area.
She pulled a Will Smith, basically, a hit and
Right.
run.
And the reason for that is twofold. One, to be entertaining, and two, we know there's no law enforcement in the members only area right now.
Right.
So therefore can't prosecute.
Wait,
That we're
wait.
aware of.
I do want to. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you this.
Uh-oh.
Is this an update on the accident?
Sort of, not really.
I shouldn't say accident, on the mishap.
Mishap. You know, the Ring app, they have like something called Ring Neighbors. So it's people, you know, add things in there about, oh, there was a shooting or there was a robbery. Somebody posted, I swear to God, my heart started beating so fast. My asshole started sweating.
A little too
All I
much
saw,
info.
all I saw was the title before I saw the video, and it said "Hit and Run." Video captured, car parked out in front of the house, and someone hits it and ran. And I was like, Jesus,
long title.
is this me? Is this? Yeah. I was like, God help me. What is this? What is this? And then I was like, oh God, that's not me. But
Your asshole puckered.
yes.
Yeah.
So you're on the
Absolutely.
run for the rest of your life, and you're always going to be looking
That's
over
it.
your shoulder. I got it.
Yep.
We have Gabby Petito. You know what I'm saying? Like the Chinese airline that went straight down.
Right.
Like you're on video somewhere. There's no way you're not on video. It just hasn't been linked to you yet.
Right. They'll get you.
Yeah. Not that I want to make you feel uncomfortable.
No,
But
you'll be fine.
you're going to prison. It's not that big of a deal.
Get like really nervous because I was like, oh my God, is this gonna be me? Thank God though.
Become a member, folks. Become a member. You
Cleared
get
that one.
exclusive stuff.
Cleared that
Yeah.
one.
Here's why you need to become a member and join the show, because the next time Janine commits a felony, that story will be entirely in the membership area only.
Yep.
Depending on how good. What if it's really good? We got to share it with everyone.
I don't think so. I think we'll
Like
keep
if
that
she
for-
murders someone.
Or
First
past
taste-
felonies.
First taste is free, Frank. First felony is free.
Okay.
Second felony, everybody's
You got to sign up.
You got to sign up.
Plus, you get all these emojis. You get to be the producer credit is pretty cool.
Yes,
I like that.
We've
You
got
get
a couple. We've got a couple of people. We're trying to figure out orders in which we can get them that producer credit, because we've got some people signing up for the highest level.
That's a beautiful thing.
JSAPS is why they will microchip us. This is true.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
This
ruining it
is-
for the rest of us.
Absolutely true. Well, you guys are already microchipped. I'm not. Yet.
They'll get you.
somebody sent me a video of Flynn. Remember Michael Flynn?
Yeah,
He was doing this interview on some wacko conservative.
as a shock.
It was the show was the interviewer was in black, like, you know, when they light you so that they
Oh,
can't
come
see
on.
you, that you're only in like the That's
That's
what it
gonna
was. Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna have to do for you from now on. Yeah, exactly. My only concern is we are well known to be friends with cops, and you're gonna cost them their career. That's the only thing that, you know, makes me sad, because they're gonna be like, you knew better and you knew this person and what they did.
Oh, I
Yeah.
won't tell him. If I no.
Anyway,
Kill me.
Flynn was on this show going, George Soros and all these people out there want to microchip us, which is okay for people to think or believe that or have theories about that. But this was legit, like one of the national security guys. Like, it's a little scary.
Yeah, he also went to jail for lying to Congress, and
Yeah.
come on, I think his credibility is kind of out the window.
Let's go over to Taylor Hawkins. This was tragic. Right
Ugh.
after the show on Friday, I don't know if people. Well, I know some people saw it because we got a lot of views on it. But like literally, as we ended the show,
Oh, no.
this is exactly what happened. We ended the show. I had messaged Robin, one of the mods, about because you know we talked about getting the mods merch because the mods work really hard and they're really great at what they do, and he wrote me back. Like I wrote him like a while ago, then he finally saw it and wrote me back, and he said something about like tripping over like the Foo Fighters drummer, and I read it and I forgot what time we ended the show. It was a late show on Friday.
Yeah, we did a
Yeah,
little
like I said, I need the fucking Cliff Notes version of that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, we did, and I saw the tripping thing, and I was like, oh, I don't know, that's weird. Was he listening to the food? I didn't even think anything of it. I kind of just was like, I saw the notification pop up, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then boom, my phone started getting hit like crazy, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Even Janine's brother, and all of a sudden I got the news that Taylor Hawkins is dead at the age of 50. So it was
Messed up.
pretty. Yeah, it was pretty devastating. So then I was like, holy shit. So I was like, I gotta acknowledge this. And I went back on and did 45 more minutes until like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was the stupidest thing I ever did, but it was a little therapeutic because it was a little shocking, wasn't
Of course it is.
Like-
Out of nowhere. I mean, 50 years old. That's too young.
Yeah, and I was in one of those modes where like I don't know these people, but I feel like I know them because of the amount
One
of
of those. Yeah.
interviews and behind the scene. Like I must have watched like 6 documentaries involving these people. The one that they made an album called Sonic Highways, and they put an episode out on HBO every week where they went to a different studio. And I can't stand it. I honestly can't. They went to a different studio.
No, we got to know everything you know, or else we're useless.
They went to a different studio every week and recorded a song, and then those 8 songs they put on an album. But every song and every studio visit was an episode of this HBO show. It was fucking brilliant. It was great. And then Grohl did a documentary on Sound City, the studio there. That was the thing. The Alanis Morissette documentary I just talked about. Taylor Hawkins was in that because he was Alanis Morissette's drummer. So it was kind of like a devastating thing. Anyway, so we had that news pretty early on Friday. Sunday, we put out another video quick of the update of what happened because again, they didn't release the full autopsy results, but the initial autopsy said that his heart was double the size of an average person's heart at the time of his death. So our hearts weighed like 300 grams. His heart weighed 600 grams.
Damn.
They said the early conclusions was that it was a cardiovascular collapse after binging on a cocktail of drugs. The drugs that were found in his system were marijuana, antidepressants, heroin, opioids, which makes me think of it's probably fentanyl because it's always fentanyl with these people. Tom Petty died of fentanyl. Prince died of fentanyl.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like they don't know it's in these opioids, but they're taking them, and it winds up being the fucking thing that kills them. Why they still produce fentanyl is beyond me, and people are putting it in drugs. I don't get it.
You know what it's for? You know what it's your epidural has that when you have a baby.
Fentanyl?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Is that right? That seems like we should rethink that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, can't you get something else to take the edge off the pain than you need fucking fentanyl?
Give me morphine. What's wrong with good old-fashioned morphine?
I don't know. I don't know the difference between morphine and fentanyl, but there's clearly some difference why they keep.
I think because it numbs you.
Morphine doesn't numb you, but you just don't feel it as much, I guess.
feel
I
it?
think so.
You
I
just
think
it whacks you out.
Maybe.
Oh, we lost J Sabs.
Mac Miller too. Thanks, DJ Shenanigans. Yeah, so a lot of people. I feel like every major like artist, musician, OD, whatever, has been because of fucking fentanyl at some point.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's Taylor Hawkins. So that was Sunday. We got that news that's basically what, and again, the cause of death hasn't been officially released yet. So there's more to come on this story. But
they're saying really apparent drug overdose. A lot of people are saying.
Right, because exactly.
That's what. Yeah, that's not the I guess the official word yet, but
Right.
that's the speculation.
That's the early conclusion on it.
Right.
But what's crazy is so Friday night he dies. Sorry, I'm just trying to load this up, Frank, because I had it and then it disappeared on me here.
So what is this? This is a voicemail
Yeah. So
that he left someone.
right.
Okay.
So Friday night Taylor Hawkins dies. They were gonna play a show in Bogota, Colombia. Sunday they were gonna play Lollapalooza, which is Perry Farrell's festival. There was a bunch of Lollapalooza dates down in South America that they were doing, and supposedly, as we came to learn after the fact, that Perry Farrell, his wife, and Taylor Hawkins were pretty close to each other. And on Thursday, so just about 24 hours before he died, he left a voice message for Perry Farrell and his wife. Not like a voicemail. I think just like, when you could text somebody a voice message.
Okay.
Like if you're texting back and forth, you could actually text audio.
Yeah,
and
like WhatsApp, you throw audio back and forth.
Right. And this is what he shared with them.
Take care of each other, and I'll take care of me. And I will see you guys in Sao Paulo. I love, 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 love you guys. Sleep tight.
How fucking chilling is that? Like, don't you get like
That's sad.
the little hairs on the back of your neck standing up?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what. And again, I've seen so much footage of this guy that he didn't talk like that. So it kind of feels like he might have been fucked up at the time.
Maybe. It was probably late in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I don't really know, but it seems like he maybe wasn't in the right state of mind. And for him to be like, take care of yourselves, which is a common thing to say, but to be like, I'll take care of me, and then he's dead within 24 hours.
Yeah. But he did say, I'll see you in Sao Paulo. So it wasn't, he was obviously wasn't like a suicide thing.
Of course, yeah. But you could tell there's some issues there.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a sad voicemail that, a couple hours before?
On Thursday.
Also Thursday.
Yeah, so yeah, like a day before. But it leaves so many questions because like you follow this band and you just feel like Grohl and him are best friends and inseparable all the time. Where was everybody else? Like if he was back and struggling again, where was the rest of the band? And on top of that, you're on tour. He had in 2001, we know he had he OD'd on heroin. He's talked about it, admitted it. So obviously there's a struggle there. When you're arguably the biggest, name a bigger rock and roll band than the Foo Fighters in the last 10, 15 years. Like, okay, I'm Metallica, I get it, but
metal,
realistic
rock, yeah,
like alt rock, like yeah, like
Green Day, but
okay, Green Day, yeah, good one.
But Green Day, no, definitely they're definitely up there.
I mean, they're up there. Like Metallica wouldn't get invited to every single thing because they're not as crossover poppy as like a Green Day or a Foo Fighters.
Right.
But when you're in a band that is as huge as the Foo Fighters, they employ sober buddies all the time.
Right.
And sober buddies, for people who don't know, are people who are literally paid to keep the drug addict in your band
to keep them clean.
Keep them clean. They go to the movies, they go out for dinners, they stay with them at night, they sleep in the same rooms a lot of the times or next door. They don't let them out of their sight. Where was that person?
Maybe he was hiding it. I'm sure he wasn't making it obvious, maybe, and it just took too much.
Because you wonder, is this a one-time thing, or like did being in Bogota, Colombia, overwhelm him, and He just went out and scored once, and that was it, or was
Could
it?
have
Because
been.
I hear that voicemail and I think it sounds like he might have been back in trouble again.
Well, they could have. I'm not. I'm only basing this on past stories and things like that. Not about him, but sometimes people they go on. They are addicted for a long time. Their body kind of gets not used to it, but it handles it a little better than let's say an average person would, who's not addicted. But then they stop, and then they do it. The time that they do it again is way worse
Right.
because their body isn't expecting it again or something like that. Your body's cleaning itself up, and then you get hit with it again. It's a lot worse, from what I understand.
Unless you're down there in Colombia, not for nothing, but that's where they got the good
Yeah,
stuff down there.
that's home base.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you have bad cholesterol and then you go to Italy. Like you got you're
asking for it.
Yeah.
But no, this was not. Yeah, this was out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure they didn't know. I mean, if they knew he had a problem at the moment, I'm sure they would have stepped in.
Yeah, where was everybody else? Because on top of this, like we know that he complained at some point Friday afternoon, evening of chest pains. So it wasn't like he took some stuff and OD'd immediately. This was obviously at some point from earlier in the day. He complained about chest pains, and then they found him dead at night. So it just, again, this whole thing leaves so many questions. Where was the band? Not that I'm looking to place blame on people.
Yeah, I don't think you do that. Chest pains. His heart was larger than right. That was part of it.
Right.
And plus the drugs. I mean,
like, but where was the rest of the band? Where was everybody? Where was the sober buddy? Where was Dave? Where was because again, if you know that your bud's having a rough go about it, maybe he's scoring again. You either stop the tour or you don't let him out of your sight. Like you
maybe they didn't know
immediately.
Maybe they didn't know. I'm sure when someone's addicted, they don't. They try to hide it as much as they can because they know that they're going to get confronted by people around them.
I agree with that. And listen, like I know, Frank's been in a lot of shows. I've been in a lot of shows. I did a show one time for a band that they would not share. 4 members of the band, they needed 2 dressing rooms because they would not. Two guys wouldn't talk to the other 2 guys. Refused.
Jeez.
Would not go on. Did not want to talk to each other. And I watched them at the what's the one up around 100 in Uptown, the big one, the ballroom.
Oh,
not the Hammerstein.
No, not Lincoln Center.
It's the big one that they all play. It's like up around 5th Avenue. It's on 5th, and it's like all the way.
Think of it.
Anyway, it's one of the biggest venues in New York. Everybody plays it. I watched them be in 2 separate dressing rooms, hop on stage for sound check, do a sound check. Literally, the 2 guys walk off stage in opposite directions, which was so hysterical to me because it's one of these old theaters in the city, and there's literally only one way up to the dressing rooms because the dressing rooms are on a different floor. But that's what they would do, and they wouldn't talk. So I get if somebody in that band is doing that, but again, when you watch the Foo Fighters and you see how close they are, like it hurts a little more because you're like, are they making this shit up the whole time? Because if they were that close, there was no way he would be able to hide it for an extended period of time.
Well, maybe it wasn't that. Like I said, maybe it wasn't that extended. He could have just jumped on or off the wagon recently, and it just hit him like a ton of bricks.
Maybe it was like a 2 or 3 day thing, you think?
Yeah, and it just his body was recovering from when he was addicted the last time, and this was just a shock. That I think that's what happens sometimes. You do it for a while, your body gets acclimated a little bit to it, and then you stop. And then the next time you pick it up, it's a lot worse for you. It just hits you like a bulldozer.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. The Beacon Theater, by the way, that's what I could.
Beacon, okay.
Beacon Theater.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I wouldn't place blame on anybody. I think he's probably hiding it. I'm sure if Dave Grohl or anybody knew that he was doing any kind of heavy shit like that,
especially him, because I mean, this is 2 for him now. And again, like with Kurt, it was different. They weren't on tour. They were separated. They were off tour. They were doing their own sort of thing.
Right.
When you got a guy on tour, I feel like that's your. I don't know. I maybe it's different, but I don't know if I could let like you or Janine out of my sight if I knew there was a fucking issue there.
Yeah, if there was an issue, sure. Otherwise, stay the hell away from me.
Like, there's just got to be like, go into your hotel room, make sure that nobody comes in or out. Like, let the hotel know. Like, again, it's not like they're a band struggling on the road. They could pay somebody, $90,000 a year to just fucking be there and make sure nothing goes in and out of that room, that he doesn't go anywhere where he can sneak anything in or out. I know I used to work with a sober buddy. Like, I worked with a guy who went on tour with major acts.
Yeah,
and
but
was
they're
a
not,
sober buddy.
they're probably not with you for life. I mean, maybe he was fine. Maybe the sober
but on
buddy did his
tour.
job.
But they're with you on tour. That's their job.
For the rest of your life, they're on tour with you.
Yeah. There are sober buddies that whether the band tours or not, you're getting paid. Because they don't want when you find a good one, they don't want to let you go. So
Right.
it doesn't matter if the band's in the studio for by the way, you'd be there with the studio work too. But you're like, that's your gig.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, maybe he was sober and that was that, and they thought, maybe they didn't at the time see the need for it. Maybe everything was okay, and then, like I said, a lot of people agree. They hide it. That's what they do. They don't want it. It's their business. They don't want anybody coming down on them, and that's what they do. It's sad, but they hide it well. That's what. Let's see. A bunch of people in the chat are saying, yeah, Bird. The thing is, you can't stop people. Herself, my sister is an addict. They hide it really well. That's what they don't want. That they know how to sneak it around is my point.
And I get it. Again, average person, tough gig, not easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Multi-million-dollar band, you got to put some things into place. Like, and even still, I know the sneaking is still a possibility and still going to happen, but not to the point where you're going to lose the person. And
yeah, of course. No,
and if
nobody wanted that to happen.
No, of course not. I'm not accusing them, but I'm just saying, like, it's it's a thing. All right, let's do the last couple of topics here. Actually, let's do this one before we do Biden and Ducey. Disney apologizing yet again for Don't Say Gay bill. I think DeSantis signed it into law today, which is where this comes from.
Ugh,
but Disney put out this whole huge statement, which again is so misdirected. I get that the CEO was a couple of days late on it and he was wrong, but they're still holding this company who is such an LGBTQ forward-thinking company to such a shit regard when they should be focusing this energy on the people respond. Exactly.
So what did the apology say? Did you read it?
Oh, it was a whole fucking thing. It was I could. And I started.
Right, so you can't. I mean, I think it's considerate if they felt that there was a need for it, they did it, and that's at least a positive thing. I don't think it's a negative thing.
No, but it's fine. But they're doing it now out of utter fear. They're just doing it now because
whatever gets it done. I think that's. To apologize when you feel there's a need for it is healthy. I think that's good.
I agree. But like, okay, for instance, let's say your dad never screams at you ever. Never screams at you, raises his voice. And then one time you do something and he screams at you.
Right.
And then he calms down and he goes, I'm sorry. And your response is probably, it's no big deal. I know you don't scream. Like, you're not one of these abusive dads that screams all the time, nonstop.
Right.
So it's okay. Like, where's that fucking leeway for Disney? Again, anger's justified. pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I get it.
DeSantis and the legislature of Florida, those are your people.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just think that they did what you are always accusing people. You accuse people. Oh, that apology's bullshit or something like that. So maybe they saw the first, when Disney apologized and like, no, that's not good enough.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fucking.
Why, you've done that. You did it just now with Will Smith. You said, no, it's a bullshit apology. All right, so people saw Disney's first apology and was like, nah, not buying it. So Disney felt like they needed to step it up. They step it up, and now you got a problem. You can't please everybody.
No, but I mean, like every day they've been apologizing every day
until the heat's off. I guess I don't know. What do you want? That's what it is.
I want Disney to come out and say, "Hey, get off our backs, okay?" Like you want to do a poll on the amount of LGBTQ plus employees we have versus other fucking people. Like, go put your anger where it belongs.
Yeah, no, I agree. But there are some people, they want to be they're Disney. They want to be the nice people, the happy, kid friendly, everybody friendly thing. So they're going to apologize. They also, kids, they want to be an example, apologize, like, the whole thing. So they're not going to say, get off my back. They're not going to be, the tough guy or anything like that. They're going to be Disney. They're going to handle it in a Disney way.
It's different. It's different because
you're different.
It's just different because they're being forced into it, and it's like enough is enough with the fucking walkouts and all the bullshit. Like, stop taking it out on them. Here's the apology. Florida's HB 1557, also known as the Don't Say Gay bill, should never have passed and should never have been signed into law. Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. We are dedicated to standing up for the rights and safety of LGBTQ plus members of the Disney family, as well as the community in Florida and across the country. Like, again.
Okay. So what's your problem?
My problem is cut them some fucking slack.
Maybe this will lead to more people cutting them some fucking slack.
You like all this, the walkouts and all the. Could you imagine? You fucking save. It costs $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. It legitimately costs like $7,000. It cost me $5,000 to do a Disney vacation.
Okay.
5 years ago.
Right.
Okay. And this was even before my daughter was born and my son was young. Okay. So it wasn't like he was scarfing real meals or anything like that. $5,000 to do a Disney vacation. Could you imagine going down there and the fucking ride that you want to go on or whatever is shut down because the employees fucking walked out? I would slap the shit out of somebody.
Well, that's the point.
I'd Will Smith somebody if that was the fucking case. Okay. If I fucking saved up and I'm blowing $5,000 just to have these people walk out on a company that has supported this particular community so much, and because their shitty CEO fell asleep at the wheel for 5 minutes, now fucking vacation's ruined because now I can't go on soaring because everybody had to fucking walk out.
That's the point. That's the point of a walkout, to make people miss your presence. That's the point. That's so when people, you're important, so we're not going to take you for granted. That's the whole.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Again, if you want to do something, don't do the walkout. Go and fucking stand in front of DeSantis's fucking, headquarters for an hour. And,
maybe they should walk out and go there.
No, do it on your own time.
It's so stupid.
Do it on your own time as the Disney company and stand over there and walk there and be like, fuck you guys. This is bullshit, Yeah.
No, I know, but you're right. The anger or the pissed offness should be directed toward the legislature. They're really screwing us up. I mean, it's such a stupid bill, and the fact that it made it this far and now it's signed into law is ridiculous.
And by the way, I mean, we're talking about, we say it's not called the Don't Say Gay, but it's known for that.
That's
the worst way that this bill could be used is to make LGBTQ plus people feel horrible. The
Yeah.
point of the law, though, was to give control to parents so they can have the right to choose what their kids want in school. So I understand at face value, Disney being like, don't say anything just yet. Let's see what because it's not like the legislature says, and let's make gay people feel bad. It's not that. It's the way the law is written is very tricky, but it's undeniable that when
It
used
says
at its
sexual
worst
orientation.
Right.
Is you can't talk about it,
when
which
used
means
at its
there are
worst possible way, it could be
Right.
very bad for the LGBTQ plus community.
right.
If it doesn't get used in that way, it's not that bad. So I understand Disney being like, let's see what this is, rather than the fucking CEO didn't come out. The CEO took 3 days or whatever he took. I forget what it was to fucking
Yeah, something like that.
comment on something that's not even his responsibility.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand they want to be socially conscious, this company, and they are. This isn't, but like, it's just ridiculous.
I know.
I wish people would acknowledge that like a smidge more.
Thank you, T. Ronaldo, for becoming a new member.
That's what I'm
Appreciate
talking
that.
about, T.
Jeez,
New member in the house.
good stuff.
Is it true, Frank, that you love the new members more than the old members? Because
I love all the members.
I know, but you don't say congratulations to the members who have been members for 5 days.
Congratulations, Brian Sand. Thank you for being a member for forever. Brian Sanders and Robin and everybody else who's a member that I'm forgetting.
I'm just saying they've been around for 5 days, and you act like they're no big thing.
Yeah, you don't point them out at all. So what are we talking about here?
I write them every single day. I write them a little
You're
love
right.
letter.
You're writing nothing.
I write them a note that says, "Dear member, thanks for feeding me. Love, cuddles, children."
It's nice.
Yeah, well, that's the
That's decent of you.
it's the least I can do.
All right,
All
where are we?
right, Ducey versus Biden.
Okay,
Want to hear this?
sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I know you're going to ask a really nice question.
Well, it's an important question,
No,
I think. Are you worried that other leaders
Okay, before we get into it,
Ugh, come on, just play the thing.
he's got a wise ass answer for this guy already.
Right.
Can you see the parallels between how he just answered Ducey and how Trump used to acknowledge Jim Acosta? It's the same fucking.
No, but at least he takes the question. Trump was like, "You're fake news. I don't talk to you."
Well, he did that after a while, but he did. It's still early on in the process.
Oh,
Trump took Acosta's question
Obama
for a
too.
while.
Every president was like, "Yeah, this one. What do you want to ask me?" But Ducey's an asshole, so let's see what he has to say.
But is Jim Acosta an asshole?
No, because Jim Acosta asks, what's it called? Ducey asks stupid questions. Jim Acosta didn't. I may be biased, but that's how I feel.
Wrong.
Sorry,
Wrong.
I'm going to take 5 points off your answer.
in the world are going to start to doubt that America is back if some of these big things that you say on the world stage keep getting walked back?
What's getting walked back?
It made it sound like just in the last couple of days, it sounded like you told U.S. troops they were going to Ukraine. It sounded like you said it was possible the U.S. would use a chemical weapon, and it sounded like you were calling for regime change in Russia. And we know
None of the three occurred.
none of the three occurred.
None of the three.
Mr. President?
You interpret the language that way. I was talking to the troops. We're talking about helping train the troops that are the Ukrainian troops that are in Poland. That's what.
He said you interpret the language that way.
Okay.
Or what would be another way of saying that? Alternative facts?
No, stop it. You're an ass. You're just a shit stirrer.
Alternative facts?
No, incorrect.
Am I a shit stirrer, or am I pointing out the fact that both of these sides, although opposite as they are running from the same exact playbook?
No, I think you're way off. I think Ducey is jumping to conclusions, and Biden is saying you're jumping to the wrong conclusions.
Hold on, let me go to the judges panel, see what they have to say.
Yes.
The context. I sat there with those guys for a couple hours. That's what we talked about.
So when you said you're going to see when you're there, you were not intending to
I was
say US
referring to meeting with and talking with the
There you go.
Ukrainian troops who were in Poland.
And when you said a chemical weapon use by Russia would trigger a response in kind,
It will trigger a significant response.
what does that mean?
I'm not going to tell you.
Exactly.
Why would I tell you? You got to be silly.
The world wants to know.
The world wants to know a lot of things. I'm not telling them what the response would be. Then Russia knows the response.
He's got a point, does he not?
Well, listen, I think that the Team Frank lines are starting to come in already. By the way,
Boom.
if you join,
Thank you with the Team Franks. Appreciate it.
that's a
Frank the Tank.
Will Ferrell celebration. By the way, if you become a member, you get the actual official Team Frank. There you go, Robin.
There it is, Robin.
You get the Team Frank emoji, which
Damn
is
right
good,
you do.
which is good.
I don't even have that emoji.
I know. That's amazing. Listen, at least you have an emoji. I didn't get any of them. So, but he could say it a little better. He could be like, well, you could imagine what it would be. We're not going to sit here and talk about it or outline it. He doesn't have to say, I'm not going to answer for you. Because again, what he's forgetting here, because Ducey's right in this manner, he's asking for people. Reporters are the conduit from the government to the people. And he's not asking for Fox News, although he works for Fox News. He's asking for the people.
Right.
So
Biden
when
came off a
Biden
little
is like,
snarky,
I'm
but
not. Yeah,
he
could have been
answered.
like, you could imagine Russia knows, and I'll leave it at that. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he was trying. What's it called? Ducey was trying to say like you're going to answer with chemical weapons, and Biden was like, we're going to answer with I forget the word he said, but he didn't say chemical. He said we're going to answer with I can't remember what he said, but like aggression or the way the amount of power that it would take to counter it, that kind of thing. So he's not saying chemical. He's saying he was going to answer. Thank you, Paige, Team Frank. Anthony wants the nickname T-Bone. Yes. Why not T-Bone?
I don't want that nickname, Tebow.
There's no T in your name. What about A-Bone?
You call me Coco, baby.
Coco.
Coco. That was
I like
a great
Coco.
episode.
It is.
Are you still watching Seinfelds?
I love this. Yeah, I love the Seinfelds.
Yeah, I'm watching it like
Sporadically.
yeah. Now that we're on earlier, I find because it's on at 11 o'clock here in New York, I find that I'll throw it on after the show, post show Seinfeld.
What do you mean it's on at 11 o'clock?
Yeah,
Got it on Netflix.
What am I, 90? Yeah, because I wait for Pix 11 to put.
You put it on. You watch your television.
I watch my
network,
local Pix affiliate. Yeah.
and you have to see what random episode they pick for you.
Yeah, I do.
That's always fun. I kind of miss that.
Yeah, I know. I could put it on Netflix whenever the hell I want, but I still will wait on,
I like when they choose for me. We have too many choices. Let's let them choose what I watch every now and then.
Okay, when you come across a movie on TV that you have on Netflix, do you switch to Netflix and put it on, or do you stick and watch and have the stupid commercials? I wish I was a better person and say I watch on Netflix, but I don't.
I would switch. It rarely happens. Gonna be honest, I don't watch regular TV as much anymore. I think the last thing I watched on TV, on actual television, was maybe New Year's Eve stuff.
Yeah.
Like the ball drop and all that. Other than that, I can't think of maybe a debate or not a debate. Whenever the president speaks, I watch that maybe, but like news stuff.
Yeah.
But I rarely switch over to regular television.
It's pretty awful, is it not? I mean, And like you said, outside of a live sporting event or like a major thing like the Grammys, I wasn't even watching until there was some big huge thing. Like I don't know how regular TV is. How long could they possibly have? How long?
Because you could stream or you put on your, like, I have the Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, and live stuff. You could just switch to the live TV from
Yeah. Yeah.
Coco the Monkey is Team Frank.
They're all turning against me, Frank.
Well, jump on the Frank train.
Yeah.
Plenty of room. Get your tickets now.
Like we all knew that radio was gonna die. By the way, magazines went the hardest, did they not? Like magazines. We still have magazines, but we have what, a tenth of the magazines we had 20 years ago?
Magazines. I mean, unless you're in a doctor's office.
Magazines fell hard. I think newspapers were right behind them.
It's all online now. Your magazine.
Yeah.
The
Radio
edition is
after
online.
that, and then I think TV. But it's not even that these I think it's a combination of these entities got bloated. And then also we just have the ability to choose more. And it's like if I don't want that other thing that I was like force fed, I'm not gonna take it anymore. I'm just gonna go to the thing that I really like.
Agreed. Thank you, Miss Justice. I'm always Team Frank.
All right, I'm gonna give Miss Justice one of these here.
Wrong.
You can't always be Team Frank.
That was uncalled for.
I mean, Team Frank a majority of the time, okay.
Team
but
Frank is always spot on. Hop on the Frank the Tank train.
Well, you have a tank train. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Tank trains are hard to come by.
I haven't seen that a lot.
You get them tank trains going.
Frank, last episode, we reviewed another great product, another product review. We reviewed the Wendy's Frosties cereal.
Right.
Someone disagreed with our assessment of said cereal, and their assessment is up right now in the members only area.
They disagreed with us comparing it to Cocoa Puffs.
Now, who that was may surprise some people, but other people said that the review was adorable.
Huh.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it one of your kids? It's one of your kids.
Can't share with you who that was.
One of J-Sab's kids.
It is a members only area exclusive.
All right.
There's actual photograph.
That is not the Trump dance move. Trump dance move looks like he's pleasuring two men at the same time.
Hold on. Let me spotlight that because that's pretty dead on. Who said that?
Paul.
Oh, see, Paul's always good. I'm on Team Paul, to be honest with you.
That is not the Trump dance move. The Trump dance move, it looks like, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Smokey. Smokey is Team Frank.
By the way, also in that review that I'm talking about in the members only area, we revealed an exclusive behind the scenes factoid about the AOA home studio here.
Really?
Yeah. Beat My Drum wrote, but wait, that blank blank has a blank blank.
You see, I know exactly what he's talking about. I don't.
Herself running out to buy some after the review. Bird also had the nice kind thing to say as well. Brian loved it. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people love the review. So that is up in the members only area. Go check that out. Again, if you're missing all this stuff, you got to become a member. You can join with a link in the description, whether you're watching or listening on Spotify. If you're watching or listening on Facebook, Apple Podcast, there's a link in the description on YouTube. There might be, Frank,
What am I doing?
put your finger down. It's on your side, I think.
Over here?
I'm pretty sure the join button is on your side. Yeah, I don't know. They keep
It's
on
around here somewhere.
keep on moving everything on us.
It's next to where it says you're subscribed. If you're subscribed to the channel,
Right.
it'll say subscribed and it'll say join, but the join will be like a blue link.
Right. Or sometimes it's up above. I don't know where the fuck it is, but it's around there somewhere. If not, it's in the description. If not, it's at the homepage of anthonyonair.com. You could click and join right away. $2.99 gets you in on the Viola level. You have, of course, the Go Ahead level for $6.99.
That sounds right.
Yeah. $6.99.
Go ahead.
And the That's What She Said level,
That's what she said.
which is $19.99, but comes with a lot more perks, even that you can pick a topic and join us on the show to discuss it. So lots of great stuff there.
Great stuff. Thank you. Jack me off for $5. J Sabs would hit the Frank tank with a javelin, Sabs. Okay.
That's pretty good. I
All
like
right.
that.
That's something.
I like that a lot. All right, that's it for us. You got anything else there, Frankie C? Any other post
I
show?
just want to call out that Josh Baker called me a vagina
Oh,
in
good.
the chat.
Is that right?
Which means that I'm awesome and just a really great miracle of nature and fantastic. So I appreciate the compliment. Thank
Is
you.
it time you describe vaginas?
It's not
A miracle of nature?
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Excellent
It's-
question, though. Is that technically an insult? I don't know.
It is not. Vaginas, they're wonderful. So thank you. Appreciate that. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. No.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me check with the judges. There you go. You're not wrong.
Oh, good. There's no Trump saying you're right thing.
Right.
So
Yeah, there is not.
yeah, warmth and depth. There you go. Herself.
Vagina has warmth and depth.
There you see.
You know, that's how I
Wonderful,
got my
wonderful
wife.
things.
I said to her, listen, honey, I just want to tell you, your vagina has a lot of warmth and depth to it.
Not the best pickup line,
It worked.
but sometimes good for you guys.
2 kids later, and it worked. It was the ceiling. It was the closing argument. That's what made it all happen.
Well done, sir.
All right, that's it for us. Unless you got something else, Frank. You want
I'm
to show on
good.
Trump? You haven't done that really this episode. I
can
know you
take-
get a little moody when you don't get to do that.
I'll take a day off. Maybe next episode. Maybe members only. Maybe I'll just rant.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Maybe not. I probably won't.
I saw. I was in a
Oh, you killed the wrap-up music.
BJ's parking lot, and I see this huge Trump flag. This here in New York, one of Trump's guys, Lee Zeldin, is one of our local Congress people, and he's going to run for governor. He's going to be the Republican, probably most likely Republican rep. One of his flags, just like the 6 flags hanging off the back of this truck.
Like Great Adventure.
Yeah, and I see it, and I start salivating because I'm like, I like a slot machine. It's my head is running, and I'm like, what am I gonna say to this asshole? Just fucking make myself laugh. I don't want to make him feel bad. I don't give a shit what anybody else. I just want to make myself laugh. Somebody who's got 13 fucking flags hanging off the back of their truck, like like you love America. I get it.
Yeah, good for you. I think one more flag though is needed, or else you're not a real American.
So as I'm getting closer, because we're going down the aisle, as I'm getting closer, I realize there's like a little crowd there, and I'm like, oh, is he giving like a speech or something? This is gonna be amazing. Because by the way, I would have made fun of it if these were Hillary fucking flags or Biden flags, like they would have caught the same amount of shit from it.
Yeah, but you don't see that, so
You don't see that as often, and I wonder why. Because I think their overreach comes more online. Twitter shaming. I think that's where the Democrats really shine.
maybe. But I think there's a lot of chest pounding when it comes to Trump supporters.
Well, you're gonna catch shit from me if you're too proud to be anything. I'm gonna hit you for it because I don't want anybody to be too much into themselves. Does that make sense? I gotta take you down a notch.
I hear you.
If that's your thing.
All right, so go ahead.
So I'm driving by, and then I realize this guy is taking signatures for something.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm looking for a place to park because I'm like, I have to get out. I'm like, can I put my, I'm looking at my shirt. I'm like, do I have a pocket in my shirt to put my phone so I could film the whole thing for the fucking members? Like I was salivating, and my wife would not.
Wrong.
She kiboshed you?
Shut it down. Because you see the thing too.
Do the kibosh. The kibosh.
He parked on a line in 2 spots.
Oh, by the way, Miss Justice, I appreciate it. I know you were standing up for me. Thank you. Go ahead.
He took up 2 spots for his flagmobile. and was out there getting signatures. It is going to kill me to the day I die. What he was getting signatures for, I was dying.
He'll probably be there again.
I was dying because then I started saying to my wife, "I'm like, what should we sign?" I did think we should sign Jack Me Off. I think Jack would appreciate that.
You
That'd
can't
be nice
forge
trademark.
Jack's name.
Well, I'm just saying. I think he would appreciate the humor.
I bet it's probably online what he's signing people up for. It's probably just for his mailing list or some shit.
But that's not fun. Like I would have just been in there asking him questions, like, just because people like that, I think that they're making real change, and that drives me up a wall. You're just taking up 2 spots in the BJ's parking lot on a fucking Sunday.
Yeah, that's uncalled for.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Accosting people. You think anybody wants to sign your fucking thing? By the way, I got news for you. As much as we bitch and complain about stuff, we're all just fine with it.
Fine with what?
With everything that's going on.
We're not all fine with everything.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
If it wasn't fine,
if you say so,
we'd be raising up pitchforks and
That's not always the response.
Just saying, we're out.
I mean, if Frankenstein comes down, we might raise a pitchfork or two, but
everybody's
that
upset about
happens.
the whole gas thing, but it's fine.
We'll bitch and complain about it. We're not fine with it.
They're like, oh, in 4 years we'll change. Well, 3 years we'll make the change if we need to. That's it. Everybody's fine. They're out there going, you sign this? Okay. It's fucking Sunday. Can I go get a goddamn hot dog at BJ's and pay way too much for something that I don't?
I think
need?
that was Cuddle's point. Just move on.
Yeah, no, but it would have been hilarious if I signed Jack Me Off on his fucking thing. That's fun for everybody.
That's fun. That's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah. There's not anybody that wouldn't have appreciated that. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
Thanks. All right. Missed opportunity, but there'll be more.
I'm sure you'll see more. When I used to go into the city, people lined up by the train station, looking for signatures for stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, did you give a shit what their cause was?
It depends.
You're like, I don't care what you're I gotta get to work.
I'd take the flyer, I'd look at it, and then I go, all right, throw it in the garbage. Does anybody actually make use of those flyers?
No, literally.
It's something to carry for 10 feet and then throw it.
Yeah. Unless it affects me right now at this moment, unless it's preventing me from getting my morning coffee, I don't give a shit what your cause is. I'll worry about it. Even if it does mean something to me, I'll worry about it later. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you. I got you. Yeah, make sure you sign up. Become a member.
Sign up and become a member.
It's worth it.
Love you forever.
Agreed.
That's it for me and Frankie C and J Sebs. Appreciate you guys watching and or listening. Sign up again, anthonyonair.com on the homepage, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.